session on the product track. I'm very happy to introduce you, Vivek Bedi, who's the founder of Product Immersion. He is going to talk about another topic that I really care about, and that's why sales and product need to know each other's job. And I would add collaborate more. So, Vivek, thank you so much for joining us today. I'll just show your slides. You are live. The audience is all yours.
Great. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody. Great to meet you. I know I only have 10 minutes and I want to save some time for questions. Quickly on my topic, why sales and product need to know each other's jobs. A little bit more about me, and then we can get into the topic. I have been in the product scene for almost 18 plus years, ran product at big companies like Goldman Sachs for 13 years, Northwestern Mutual for 4 years, but also was the CPO of a lot of hypergrowth companies, LearnVest, Sterling Backcheck, et cetera. A lot of them led to an acquisition, and also just recently exited my own startup focused on women in product, and an incubator program around that. So, extensive product experience. And what I've learned is, wow, product and sales, interesting relationship. They need to spend a lot more time with each other, whether it's a big company or a hypergrowth company. Interesting and fun fact about me, not so fun. I actually played soccer growing up. I tried to play soccer in university. I went to Rutgers. I lasted 1 week because I wasn't that good, I came to realize. But also being a computer engineer and playing soccer was 2 full-time jobs. So I had to choose computers. Okay, so let's get into the topic. Leading teams and challenges across big companies and small, I've learned a few things. The first thing I've learned is sales is amazing. They're so good at telling the story, helping convince users the need that they have. But a lot of times sales doesn't know the product value of itself, right? They're not product managers, to be fair, and they might not know all the details and the value that the product can provide. I just recently finished a project as the CPO of Product School. Product School is higher education for folks looking to get into product. And it's interesting, right? We had our product team and we had our sales team. And the sales team was amazing because they're selling the product to various companies and they're selling the story, but they're actually selling it to product managers. So it was interesting because they came to us saying, I know how to sell the product, but I actually don't know what the class is like and what the course is like and what product and the value we're bringing, right? So it was interesting to just kind of see that disconnect. And while both teams are going off and doing amazing stuff, sales at times might not know the dirty details and how to convert that into a story. Vice versa on the product side, right? We are very excited and very good at building products and building value, but a lot of times we aren't as close to the customer. Sure, we might be close to the customer to get feedback on our product, but we might not be close to the customer and how are you using it? How can we upsell it for you, right? And what's the sales strategy? So, getting more involved in that sales life cycle is really important from the product side as well. Both of these teams can exponentially be more valuable if they just spend more time with each other, right? And if they understand each other's needs. And that's really the point of what we're trying to get at here. In short, sales folks spend time learning more about the features, values, and stories. What I learned is if you're in sales, it's not that you have to know how to build products or understand technology. You don't need to know the product in detail. But what you need is these product features convert into this value that I can provide. And that'll just make the sales team even more stronger, right? Because they can now talk about and pitch their product and pitch the sales life cycle by knowing a lot of the details of the product and the value and showing examples. PMs can spend more time in the sales cycle, right? Spending more time on shadowing, watching how customers, what they liked about the product, what did they not like about the product? Why did they choose a competitor versus us? Really understanding those dynamics and spending time with even the sales team to understand what positioning works. When I ran product at Northwestern Mutual, it was interesting because we had 8,000 financial advisors that were selling life insurance day in and day out, right? And I was leading the product team, but this team was probably the best sales team I've ever met in my life. They were so good at their job. They knew the product. They were positioning it as its story. And we shadowed them for months and watched how they did the amazing stuff they did. And what I learned from it is, wow, there's so much I didn't know about the product that I can build by learning that sales cycle. So leveraging each other and finding channels to do that is really, really important. In practice, how do you actually do this, right? One of the things that I've learned is product. I'm working with a few clients right now, and it's interesting, right? The product team and sales team actually don't talk to each other that often, sales or marketing. So I think it's really important to really kind of find a channel to bring these teams together. I remember when I was leading product at the background check company that I was at, one of our clients was Salesforce, and we were pitching it to Salesforce. And the sales team was talking to Salesforce because it was a technical client. The product team was talking to Salesforce. They weren't talking to them together. We didn't know what each team was talking about, hence became the mess, right? So what we started thinking about is pod teams, right? Just like in product, we have pod teams. Why wouldn't we have sales representatives join our pod teams at times, especially at the top of the funnel teams? So really where they understand, and they don't need to be there every day to understand all the dirty details, but at least understand the value of what's coming up down the pike. In that example, we had mobile we were going to launch, and we were able to translate when we launch mobile, here's the story and value that you can convert on the sales side.